So, this is the Grassroots Organic Show. We're going to start giving you a tour of the property. Don't feel overwhelmed. We've been doing this for 10 years, specifically 7 years at this property. So you can start slowly. But this is our blueberry bush. This is a low bush blueberry, and it has already flowered, and you can see the blueberries starting to grow. This is another...
I missed the flowering on this one.
This is another low bush blueberry. You can actually see where it was much larger, but it got girdled by our lawn people.
On accident.
On accident. I don't know if you know what girdling is, but it's when you cut the bark all the way around, it kills off the plant. And this guy already flowered, and those are the blueberries coming. So we won't have a huge yield this year from these guys, but we did have a pretty big one last year. This is our wonderful pomegranate tree. They take anywhere from 8 to 15 years to produce fruit. And this guy is about 7 years old. We bought him when he was 4, and we've had him for 3 years. So we're expecting within the next year or two we'll probably get some flowers and some fruit.
We got some
This is our rosemary, which looks terrible. Unfortunately, this winter was very, very wet and very, very cold. The two things that rosemary absolutely can't stand. I'm hoping now that it's hot and dry, it will recover, but it may not.
Yeah.
If you ever see a small spot like this on your bush, you can cut it out back to the green part and likely save it. But this guy is pretty much all over, so I don't want to shock him by trimming him. But if you just rub and smell your hand, he's still very aromatic, so he may be able to recover, he may not. This is our blackberry. And we have two types of blackberry. This is those are the buds.
So these are the buds. They were flowers.
No, these haven't flowered
Oh
yet.
yeah, you're right.
So we have two types of blackberry. We have an early producer and we have an everbearing. So this is the everbearing. This will produce fruit all year for us. All summer, actually.
Once flowered up there, so it'll go from something like this, right, a little tight bud, and then it's going to open up and look like this. I'm going to get stung by something. And that'll open into a flower. You've got your pistils and stamen in there. They'll get pollinated. That's going to eventually fall off, turn into a fruit. Here's just a rose bush.
You can see the blackberry.
Yeah, we just had one stalk of blackberry, and then it grew into this giant. This is only like 2 years old. It just gets crazy, right? Like it just grows in the rows and just keeps throwing down more roots and roots. You know, this is some random yard food. These are actually indigenous strawberries. What are they called? Native strawberries?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some people call them snake berries, whatever. It tastes like grass. Like a little bit of like strawberry, a little bit more like grass, but they're edible and they're not bad.
So this is our early fruiting blackberry, and you can see the fruits starting to grow on some of the flowers that were already pollinated.
So different species of the same plant, right?
Different genus.
Different genus. So they can cross pollinate more than likely. And these are actually bred to be thornless. So normally plants like this, bushes like this, are covered in thorns. Our raspberries, for instance, are covered in thorns. I planted a bunch over here, so I just took some of the blackberries that dried up on the vine last year and just crushed them up, threw them in there, and got my own stuff growing there. So new plants. Got some over there too.
These are Siberian crabapple saplings that we just planted.
So Siberian crab apples.
Courtesy of the Chesapeake Master Gardeners. They gave them out at our last recycling event. So we have 4 of them that we just put in, and they look like they're doing pretty well. It says they can withstand shade or full sun. This guy looks a little stressed. We might need to water him.
So when a plant looks stressed, what it means is the leaves are starting to wilt a little, and it's just not like they're not kind of built and puffy and strong looking. Like, so when you start to see that, something's going wrong with the plant. If you just transplanted it, like we did with those, that's very common. But if it just happened out of nowhere, it's probably got either a soil mineral deficiency, something like that, or just needs some water. So
this is our grapevine. It's 9 years old. You can see the grapes starting to come. It will take all summer for them to come to be fully ripe, but We actually don't get any grapes off our grapevine.
Never.
The birds really, really love them, and as long as we leave them for the birds tend to leave everything else in the yard alone.
Yeah.
So we've just sort of sacrificed the grapevine to keep the birds off our other food.
This is one of the raspberry plants I've planted. As you can see, I was saying, like, look at these little micro thorns on there. Let's see, can we get that to focus? Yeah. Like, oh man, if you grab this thing, it just rips you up. But these are delicious, and they grow like weeds.
Up here.
Yeah.
Some really nice flowers. There's a really nice flower.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. So I had one of these, and as they grow, I've just been putting them down the fence and just cutting them out, putting a new one down the fence.
You can see we put lots of food out for the birds.
So like this guy, you know, and you'll see, like, these are new shoots this year, and sometimes they'll shoot up. Like there's a new shoot right here. Like they're connected in the same root system. They shoot a new one out. So I'll dig this guy up, try to get all around it real good. This is all raspberry too, right? This will probably get mowed down. I usually just grab them. I start planting them on the fence over there, and I just move them all down here. So we have tons of raspberry. And if you want some raspberry, just hit me up. I'll give you some. You can come pick it up. I have tons of it.
More raspberry.
I mean, we'll get pounds and pounds of this stuff. I don't water it. I don't do anything to this. It just grows like a weed. Here's a passion fruit. This is like amazing. It grows like a weed too. What are these now, babe?
These are 2 pear trees, Bartlett pear trees that we also got from the Chesapeake Master Gardeners. That we just
they come with any partridges? You guys missed that look. I gotta get that. So here's a passion fruit. So we planted one of these, and now they grow across the whole yard, everywhere. Insane. Like they're not indigenous. Actually, I heard someone say that they were indigenous, but they grow very aggressively. So I think I lost a bunch of transplants there.
This is one of our original raspberries, and you can see the fruit starting to come on it already.
Yeah, look at that.
Get a good crop from here.
I mean, this is gonna have tons on it. Look how much stuff is on there. It's pretty awesome. Another raspberry just shot up from there, right? So it grew there, tunnel some roots out, come up. Now, what kind of root system is that called?
It's usually rhizomal, but I'm not sure that raspberries are rhizomal.
Okay. That's what my guess would have been.
These are our raised beds where we're preparing to plant, but you can see all these little green saplings that are coming up. They're all passion flower.
Yeah, this passion flower just... Yeah, oh my God. And I mean, this stuff grows in like abundance. Like we can't even eat all the fruit. Again, I will rip these out. So if you want some of these, please tell me. I'll just come by and I'll give them to you. This is our compost bin. You can get one of these really cheap. You can make one yourself. All you do is just layer in organic material. Try to avoid fats and meats, and it won't smell at all. And it smells a little bit, but it smells like dirt and soil and that kind of stuff, not like rancid. What? Biting fly on my head. Let's see it right there, somewhere. Right there.
Yep, you got him. He flew away.
The backyard homestead. It's more. What is that? Oh, that's blackberry I transplanted from the front yard. Just want to have like way more food than I can eat, you know. Back in the chronicles of the strawberry patch here.
We got some great fruit coming already. You can see.
Yeah. So I've been. So are these? So we've been seeing like a yellow flower come up. So these are mostly white.
But we actually had a few strawberries already come up and start to rot. It looks like the dog got in here and ate them.
Man, guys! So remember, I was shooting this. And I started showing people the first flowers. So yeah, Tank and Turbo have been eating our strawberries, which is fine, you know.
There was
whatever.
Literally 3 strawberries there.
There totally was. They were going to be edible because I shot them when they were green, like last week or the week before last. I meant to come out here and show them. So
this is
missed the boat on that.
This is our watermelon bed.
Yeah. Right now it's the weed bed.
It's got trees growing in it. Like this fern-looking thing is a mimosa tree.
Oh yeah? Can I make mimosas with it?
No. But we put this netting on because it helps the vines stay off the ground, get better air circulation, less disease. And when the watermelons start to grow, they'll hang through, and you can actually look through on either end and just count.
Yeah, so you get down here, right?
You can just count.
And you just see watermelon hanging.
you can count the fruit. So we found it's super effective. Watermelon does really good when it's not just sitting on the ground.
Yeah, it's less likely to get hit with pests.
But if you want to see something crazy, there's even a passion fruit vine all the way over
Holy
here.
crap! So I
gonna-
planted it on that far fence over there, that chain link fence, and it's tunneled all the way over here in like what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So
That's insane. And then I put more raspberry down this fence, like I was talking about, just constantly trying to expand. You know, when they throw out additional plants, here's more. That's more passion fruit just in the yard. Again, very invasive, but it puts out a high protein, super sweet fruit that you know, I can't say that I have a problem with having a whole bunch of it in my backyard, especially if I'm hungry. So, and they make amazing smoothies.
So let's have a conversation about this strawberry.
Okay.
So this is the indigenous strawberry right here. You can see that it has a very small yellow flower. It has a very small trifoliate serrated leaf, which means that the leaves come in 3 and they're deeply cut. And it produces this really small strawberry. And what we've seen is that our full-size strawberry over there is hybridizing with this natural strawberry and producing a cross fruit. Let me show you. So
Here's one. Big
right
it.
here. So over here, you see the full-size leaves that you get from the full-size edible strawberry, right? And the full-size edible strawberry is white flowered. But this is producing yellow flowers like the indigenous strawberry, and it's producing a fruit that's somewhere in between the size of a full-grown strawberry and the yard strawberries. So we actually have a hybridization happening on our property between the natural strawberries and the planted agricultural ones, which is kind of cool.
Definitely cool. Still working on this greenhouse.
These are the raised beds around our greenhouse. These are carrots that have overwintered.
Look how big they're getting.
Well, they're going to flower. That's what's
Right.
happening.
So the
right
root
now.
system's probably not as big
So
as.
the carrots are not going to get any bigger right now. It's producing a high growth to flower. And the one thing that you want to understand is that butterflies love carrots and dill, and their caterpillars, their babies that hatch from the eggs, can really decimate your plants.
Yeah.
So I
bet you can find some of the dill right now.
I've seen a black butterfly really loving our dill. By the way, you see, one way you can look for caterpillars is these cut off stalks like this. When you see that a caterpillar's been eating it most of the time, I can tell you for certain that these are all cut off because I've been removing the flowers.
Right.
So like right
So why
here-
have you been removing the flowers?
Well, these are mammoth dills, so they'll continue to grow and grow as long as they don't flower. Once an herb flowers, you kind of lose some of the essential oils in the herb. In
Right.
other words, it doesn't taste as good.
Yeah.
So like this is a flowering head that's trying to be produced right now. I'm just going to rip it off.
Okay. And you want to do that on most of your herbs, right?
Most of them, yeah.
But the cool thing is, you know, if you want to expand your crop, like we let them flower last year, and now look, we've got stuff we didn't plant these at all. They just showed up. They're all inside the greenhouse and stuff too.
I saw a caterpillar on here this morning, the black one. I'm trying to find him again.
So these are just raised beds that we're still working on. Haven't got to yet. And look, you know, that's the thing, people. Don't over stress. Like if you want to do this, just one little step at a time.
Do one project a year.
Yeah. One
That's
project
what you
a
can
year.
tolerate. Do
This
one
is a-
project a year.
This is an organic plant food called what is it called? Big Sweet Yield. It's by Sweet Fields. You can get it on Amazon. It's actually one of my clients with my design studio. But it's been amazing and makes a huge difference in our plants' just growth and putting off their fruit.
Man, where'd you go, little buddy? I saw you this morning.
We probably grubbed out and like went in a cocoon somewhere.
Probably got eaten.
Yeah, that too. So this is our pecan tree. Clearly older than I am. Just happened to be on the property when we moved in. This thing produces so many pecans that like we can't even come close to harvesting them all. It's just amazing. It's just a beautiful, massive tree. Like it's amazing. Like that V right there where it splits off is taller than me. It's pretty fat. It's pretty remarkable.
So this bed also needs to be weeded.
Check
so
out this
we can
beautiful little.
plant-
Is that a monarch? No.
No.
No, he's just a little whatever.
But this is peanut right here.
Peanuts.
So you can grow peanut as an annual. As long as you don't harvest all of the nuts that grow,
So
it will come right back.
This leaf that kind of looks like a clover, and see, like there's still peanuts just sitting right here. Just
Yep.
like that was just in the bed. Let's see. Yeah, you know, probably crack that guy open.
You want to plant him not cracked open. That's how they grow.
Oh,
But that's okay.
I was gonna eat him.
No, you don't want to eat them. Raw peanuts can make you sick. So that's all peanut.
I like to live on the edge, baby. I like to live in the edge.
And this will be tomatoes this year.
Yeah. And this, we got this barrel here from a neighbor, Carl. I'm sure we'll feature him at some point. Call him Farmer Carl, Crazy Carl. He's on the next level. Like his stuff's amazing. But so we're gonna run a duct off of there, drop it down into the barrel, tap the barrel on the side right here, and then run a hose through the panel there and have water inside the greenhouse. So that'll be super cool. I apologize, our backyard's a mess, but you know, we're doing a lot of things. Trying to.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the tour.
That is the tour. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, hey, thank you guys for checking it out. If you like this stuff, you know, let us know. We're gonna definitely keep making more and more of these, and you know, hopefully people want to hear this information, and we can teach them things and help everyone live more sustainably and you know, grow their own food. There's a certain magic to knowing what's in your food and where it came from, and you know, when you put your love and life into your food, you know, it comes back in your health and wellness. So, have a wonderful day.